Maybe wondering after dinner if I could give you a good night kiss.
Oh.
My God, just freaks me out.
Why would you
I don't know. It's just like, this is very, very stressful. I was going to ask you yesterday, but
at times you watch Married at First Sight and you see some people and you immediately fall in love with them, and then you watch some people and they grow on you, and there are some people that you like, and then eventually you just go downhill from there. And Lucinda, for me, has been a revelation. The way she has been understanding, compassionate, empathetic, and caring for this man is something that I on day one did not expect. And then, oh my God, Tristan and Cassandra. Oh my God. Could they be any cuter? Could they be any cuter? You can tell that the producers are falling in love with them. The way they were speaking to Cassandra and saying, you know, you've got a honeymoon glow. Oh my God. And Tristan, the way he was so nervous. Oh my God, I digress. I start to smile when I start talking about Tristan and Cassandra. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button and turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight Australia, Season 11, Episode 4. Well, this is the honeymoon episode, so everybody's on their honeymoons. And so Tim and Sarah, they are in Fiji. I think they went the furthest. Tristan and Cassandra, they seem to be in a good place. You have Jake and Tori. They seem happy as well. Timothy and Lucinda, when I heard the noises, I was like, what is going on there? But they were shocking, you know, what are they called? I've forgotten the name of these shells. Anyway, Collins and Natalie is strange and very awkward. And I think Collins would run for the door if he could find it. Jaden and Eden, they are in a happy space as well. Because, you know, Eden is just happy because she's content with the guy she's matched with and she feels like he's been amazing. Then we get Tristan and Cassandra, so they are having their brunch and they're cute. I like how very slow paced they are. I like how relaxed they are. So they're having this conversation and then Tristan is trying to ask Cassandra something and she is very anxious because she doesn't know what he wants to ask her, and he is anxious because he doesn't know how to sort of say what he wants to ask. And eventually, with her encouragement, he eventually sort of asks her, oh, is it okay if I kiss you, good night? And it's like, I like it. I like it because he didn't take it for granted. He is being very respectful. He told her he would treat her as a queen. And so he's trying his best to make sure that he still continues to do that. I think because his mother has told him, or he knows that, her father has given her permission to go to his mother if he misbehaves, and she has certain expectations. I think she's taught him of how to treat a lady. So I like it. I like the fact that, Cassandra was very accommodating and she was very understanding and she was very happy and actually encouraged him because he was so embarrassed to have to ask. And then once she said yes, he was so embarrassed that, it had to get to that. And he covered his head and she sort of eased the tension with him, which I thought was very cute. And I think Cassandra is an amazing person. I think the production team have fallen in love with her because you could see the way they were talking to her in her interview, and they were talking about, oh, you've got honeymoon glow, you really seem to be happy. And she said he's an amazing guy, he's been very good. Well, he has been very good. On her birthday, he found out what she likes and he got it for her. He didn't know which one in particular, so he got 2 packets of cookies. He's wanted to kiss her, but instead of just putting his lips to hers, he's asked for permission, which I thought was amazing. I give him a lot of credit. I have hope for them. Well, with this couple, I don't get it. The fact that they say, oh, they're both very dominant and, they both like to be in control. Well, maybe it's not a good idea then. Yes, it will humble Jack, but I don't know that it's a good idea for Tori to be matched with someone like this, because this man is not serious. This man is just there I think he's after celebrity. I think he's looking for fame, and so he's decided to come on the show and be famous, because I don't get why else he would be there. For him to say, for him to say he wants to be the man or the alpha male in the relationship. And it's like, why do you need to be the alpha male in your relationship? It's a partnership, so you both should be 50-50. So I don't get why you think you should be the dominant one in that sort of relationship. And so when they, are having this conversation about, oh, we are doing way better than everybody else. And it's like, it's not a competition. It's not really. It's not. It's every couple at their own pace. So if the two of you really like each other, amazing. Work on your relationships and move on. There's no need for you to be competing with everybody else. And so, they receive the honesty box and he's asked, what do you look for in a relationship? And he says he demands respect. I demand respect to be the man that I am. And it's like, no, you don't demand respect from people to be the man that you are. Present yourself as the man that you are and people will respect you. You don't need to demand it. Respect is earned. It's not a given. And so for you to want everybody to respect you so that you can feel like you are the alpha male doesn't make sense to me, and I don't get it. And I don't get why Tori decided to go along with that. And then Tori's asked, are you attracted to me? Yes, you are everything I asked for, and I'm so happy. I don't even know where we're going wrong. And it's like, no, don't give this man this information because he's going to use it against you. Okay, can I call Jack a jackass? Can I get away with that? In the sense that when he asked Natalie, are you attracted to me? She said all the positive things. Yes, I am. I really fancy you. You are everything I asked for on paper, this, that, and the other. And so for him to then turn around when he's asked, are you attracted to me? For him to say, I'm not attracted to you. And when I first saw you, I didn't have this feeling like, oh, I want to have sex with her. For me, was too much. I think he's trying to undermine her. I think he's trying to humble her and humiliate her because he said he likes to be the alpha. And because he's been told she's also an alpha, he's trying to humble her and break her. That way she will become submissive to him, because he even said, oh, I expected her to challenge me and she didn't even challenge me. And it's like, so why would you say all those nasty things just to dehumanize somebody else so that you can feel better? He's giving small d energy. That's what I get, small d energy. And it's a pity that, Tori didn't call him out. She should have called him out. And this, I think, is why he didn't have any immediate family or any of his friends there, because he was worried they would tell her the truth about who he is. Why are we torturing Collins? He really has checked out of this marriage before it's even started. So I don't even know why we're torturing him. The fact that they had to put a pillow wall in bed doesn't make sense. And then for Natalie to bring out her little toy, soft toy, to put it on top and say they're going to keep guard was just, oh my God. I think she just keeps making things worse. I think in her attempt to sort of ease the tension and sort of ease the pressure, she is just making things awkward and more awkward and more awkward. And I don't know how much longer or how much more Colin can take. It makes it seem like the experts decided to put him on so that he could, develop himself as a person, because there's no way they felt he was ready for marriage. I don't think so, because some of his tendencies are sort of teenage boyish, and so I don't get why they put him in the experiment, but hey, it is what it is. Lucinda and Timothy, they do a painting class where they're painting a naked young lady. And I like the fact that Timothy is actually appreciating Lucinda's positive qualities. He appreciates that she's someone who puts people at ease, someone who's very caring, someone who's sort of supportive and is always giving positive affirmations to people the way she was complimenting the model. And so I hope he is able to see how that can sort of bring light to his life and can bring value to him as a person. And he decides to sort of dig in and sort of put work for this marriage to be successful. I would really like this for him. I think this is the sort of person he needs, as long as she doesn't go the extra mile. Nobody knows what happens after the honeymoon. But at the moment, they are a revelation for me. They are a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect this from Lucinda. I expected her to be, all over the place, and I expected Timothy to have walked. So next up to get married are Ellie and Ben. Ellie is 32, Ben is 39. That seems quite a good age gap, because we all know that men take longer to mature. Well, that's what I've always been told. I haven't read any book to confirm that, but I'll go with that. So Ellie is a nurse, which is good that they've looked for someone, in just an ordinary career, not an influencer or a business person who you think they're there to promote their business. And Ben, apparently he traveled the world for quite some time. and then recently lost a friend, and that's when he had to take stock of his life according to his explanation, and decided that no, I think it's time I settle down and look for a committed relationship, because he wants children as well. Ellie, on her part, was engaged to somebody, was supposed to be married, and they had to cancel the marriage 4 months before the wedding day. And so she comes with that baggage, in the sense that has she managed to heal from that, and will she be ready to, commit to somebody else? And so I am nervous. I'm always nervous. I know everybody comes with a history, but there's some sort of things that you make you question whether this person is ready. People that have been cheated on, people that, sort of are recently bereaved, they are concerning. And it seems most of the people on Mavs this season, that's their baggage. So I don't know how that will play out. So Ellie has a lunch with her cousin Jordan. Apparently their mothers are sisters. And it's like, oh my God, why does Mavs always entertain these people, these family members that come and create drama at the wedding? Instead of being there to support their loved ones, they want to be the center of attention. They want to draw their attention on themselves. The fact that he's bragging that, I've got a BS meter, I can see someone for who they are and not what they're pretending to be. I can call them out if I have any questions, because Ellie has jaded glasses and she's always wanting to see the best in people. And it's like, I don't get it, why people want to create a scene at somebody's wedding. I don't get it. I think someone in the comments said to me, when I said Tori's friend shouldn't have said anything on the wedding day, she should have waited until after the honeymoon. And this is the same for this cousin. He should have waited. He should wait whatever advice or whatever opinion he has. When they invite family members to visit, that's when he can bring his opinion. Allow your relative to get to know the person first before you give your opinion. Unless the person is a murderer or a serial, sexual offender, then tell them at the wedding. But otherwise, if it's things that you're concerned about, allow your family member to get to know the person. That way, when you give them the information, they're able to make an informed decision. But instead of you ruining their wedding day, and what if the marriage works and they decide to settle down with this person? There's always going to be bad blood between you and the person, because the person is always going to feel like, you betrayed them by sort of saying all these nasty things on their wedding day, and you're going to ruin this experience for your family member. But people don't seem to take this into consideration. So Ellie and Ben's wedding day, I thought their vows were cute. I liked their reaction on seeing each other. Although the cousin, I am anxious about him, because his ears perked up when Ben said, I'm here for genuine reasons. And it's like, why would you, panic? Or why would you be concerned about that? Because most people, they're going to say whatever they feel their bride wants to hear. Wait for his actions. Speak to his family. Hear what his family and friends say about him. Then take it from there. Don't just go by what somebody has said. Wait until everybody, is there, or wait until you've spoken to him. And then you can make your assumptions of him. I think the cousin is looking for a negative, and anything he can spin it to be whatever he wants it to be. That's the impression that I'm getting. I'm going to repeat this again. Why do the producers of Married at First Sight, it doesn't matter which country, love putting the camera in front of a family member who's going to act a fool? I don't get it, because you have Ellie's cousin Jordan. He is there, he's staring down the groom as they're having their dinner, and then he starts asking him, what do you do for a living, in front of everyone. I felt that was disrespectful. I think he should have asked to have a conversation like he did at the end, and then sort of sat down with him and explained, my cousin was due to be married. The guy she married cheated on her, so I am very protective, because I'm worried that you're not here for the right reasons. What do you do for a living? What are your intentions in regards to this experiment? The way the groom Ben answered as well was a bit off, in the sense that, he says he's tried to be on Married at First Sight for a couple of times, and every time he's been turned down. Finally, was his time. Is he the first person for this to happen to? No. I know Kwame, who was on Love is Blind and is now married to Chelsea. He applied to Married at First Sight USA, and then eventually was called for Love is Blind, and on Love is Blind he met his now wife. So I get it. Someone might be doing it because they want to get married. And for the the cousin to say you are doing this for attention, well, you've given him the spotlight, you've given him the attention, if that's what he was craving. Because all this scenario of you yelling at him across the table, you calling him out, you saying in confessionals you don't trust him, you think he's there for the wrong reasons, you think he's going to cheat on your cousin, all that has just fed the monster, in the sense that that's going to be a storyline that that's going to be something he's going to discuss on his podcast. Yes, he said his podcast is about travel, but he can bring that up and say, oh, I signed up to Married at First Sight, and this is what my bride's cousin said to me within hours of us getting married. I don't get it, and I felt it was disrespectful, not only to Ben, but also to Ellie, his cousin, given the fact that she's had a negative experience before, and then for her cousin to act a fool and come out here and sort of call out her husband in front of everybody. I don't get it. I don't get what sort of friends she has, because I don't know why she felt it was necessary for him to get all this airtime, because all he's done is he's acted a fool. And if her marriage to her husband is successful, then this is something that is going to be difficult to explain, not only to her children, but to the rest of the family, why her cousin was acting a fool. Because I feel like, yes, Ben was very sort of dismissive and abrupt with his information, but I felt like the cousin was actually more of a fool than Ben was. And it's sad that the cousin didn't see how it was playing out, or was playing into what Ben is after. So if Ben is after celebrity, Ben is after, notoriety, he's going to get it because of this, because this is something that's going to be discussed or played over and over and over and over again. So he gave him what Ben was looking for, if that's what he was looking for. If he was looking for fame, he's given him the fame, because had he allowed him to get married and then they go and then he sort of speaks to him off camera, he wouldn't have anything to discuss. But now he's given him something to discuss on his podcast. So thank you very much, cousin. Jaden and Eden seem surprisingly very happy. I am very anxious. I'm on pins and needles because I'm worried that Jaden is going to fall back and sort of behave the same way his brother behaved on the show. And this wouldn't be a good look. So I am worried. And I hope, if nothing, I hope they actually succeed, because it would be sad. It would be sad for Eden, given the fact that, she's really thrown herself into this. Her first partner sort of cheated on her with her best friend, only for her to match with someone and then he not be what he said or what he promised her to be. So I hope it's not too good to be true, like that couple last season where the girl had what did she have? MS or something, and he appeared to be madly in love with her, only for him to change his mind and then act out. So I hope, if nothing, Jaden doesn't act a fool, because you had Eden sort of tell Jaden about her ex and the fact that he cheated on her with her best friend. He has been cheated on as well. So I'm happy that he didn't try to overshadow that and sort of bring up his own past. I'm happy that he sat there and allowed her to speak her truth and what was going on with her, and he listened and was supportive, and I hope he took on board what she said and will actually put it into practice, because she asked him to show up, she asked him to be honest and to be reassuring. So if nothing else, he knows how it feels to be cheated on. I hope he doesn't do the same. I hope he doesn't cause a grief. I don't think anyone deserves any heartbreak, so I don't know, we'll see how it plays out, but I have hope. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Eden, because this would be really sad for her. So you have Tim and Lucinda sort of receive their honesty box, and I don't want to lie, I was nervous because I didn't know how it was going to go. Lucinda has been a revelation for me personally. She's been a revelation. She's exceeded all my expectations of her, so I couldn't be more pleasantly surprised. So they receive their honesty box, they open their honesty box, and they're sort of just going through the cards. And there's this question about attraction. And Lucinda has always said that she finds Timothy attractive, but then he said he is not yet there. It sounds like he's a slow burn. I think what happened is he got the ick at the wedding before the rain, when he saw the feathers and everything else that was taking place, and then he's then realized that actually she's an amazing person, listen, with the way she behaved at the reception, how she was very supportive and looked after him and made sure that, you know, he didn't feel alone. And so I think this is why he's really putting in the effort, because he's realized that she might not look the way he wants to, or she might look the way he wants her to look, but she might come with some quirks. And I think he's realizing that her good bits far outweigh her quirks. So he felt very bad for saying he wasn't sexually attracted to her, which I get, because he says he's always, you know, had people turn him down. So he feels bad for saying that to her. And then in his confessional, he said to the producers, you know, he thinks Lucinda could do better. You know, she deserves better than him. And it's like, this is the problem. He knows that she is a catch, and this is totally different to what we see with Jake, in the sense that this man appreciates the fact that he's been matched with an amazing woman and is trying his best to be his best self. That way he doesn't let her down, or he doesn't lose out on someone who's amazing. And so to see him, and then for him to cry when he was asked, why did you participate in the experiment? And he was honest, and he said, you know, when my dad died, I didn't have anyone to call. I wanted to call someone, but I had no one at all to call. And I have a feeling that even if Lucinda says no on sort of what do they call it? Is it decision day? On decision day, I think she will continue to be in his life, and she will be a part of his life until the very end, unless he does something nasty to her. The way she held him, the way she kept quiet, and she made sure he understood that she empathized with what he was going through, and she felt his pain, and she didn't want to overshadow his pain by crying herself. So that was so sweet. I really loved that. And so I can't wait to see what happens with the two of them, because I am pleasantly every day surprised by Lucinda. I couldn't have expected her to behave the way she's behaved, but I think now I see why the experts matched her with Timothy. I think they knew that Timothy was a broken man. They knew he would need someone who would love him and be patient and understanding and bring out his best bits. And so they gave him Lucinda to heal his heart. And so I couldn't be more proud of her. I hope she doesn't let me down and start doing anything that's sort of out of order. But at the moment, she's far exceeded my expectations. I could not be more proud of her if I was related to her. But anyway, I digress. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and click on the link in my video to watch my review from episode 3. Bye guys.